is Cult Classic interview number 22. I'm here with Christ Dillinger, and we are here in still Astoria, Queens, New York. Fucking Wendigo just left the building. Fucking, it's getting late night. We've been smoking big dope. Fucking, how many blunts deep are we at this point, bro?
At this point, I would probably say we're like 3,000 blunts in. Maybe like 4,000 blunts.
Somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 blunts, I'd say, is like a healthy estimation. Yeah. I stopped counting. Personally, I stopped counting after 2,756. I'm so high,
I just tried to ash this blunt that I haven't lit yet.
Damn.
Yeah, like
so
that's, yeah.
You're if you think about it, bro, if you really think about it, you're just ahead of the game.
Yeah. Like, I'm like,
like
I'm
really?
Like really, like, I'm like already, I'm so on it. I'm like, before this even happens, I'm going to ash it. Before the ash before it's even lit, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't fall on my lap.
Like you're just ready. It just shows how like on point you are realistically.
Yo, always on point, always ready to go. You know what I'm saying? 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 blunts, it don't matter. You already know we're about.
Fuck.
Almost burned my clothes. Yeah, no.
Fucking. So 10,000 blunts deep at this point. And fucking, we are again in Astoria, Queens, and fucking, how is it living out here? You like it out here?
Honestly, yeah, I love living out here. It's definitely my favorite place in New York, just because like I don't really like being around a lot of people, and living in Astoria is just dope because you can just like be like away from everyone. There's just like mad people in other parts of New York, just like always like crowds or like mobs of like tourists and shit, just like lumbering around, and like just being around that shit is just like wicked annoying for me. So it's just like cool to be out here, you know. Say it's not a lot of niggas out here. You can just be low and shit like that.
Yeah, and you're not originally from here, right?
No. Though before this, I used to live in Miami for a little bit, and then I lived also in like New England and like Maine. But I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. But I was born in Jamaica, like in Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Damn, so you're realistically kind of from everywhere.
Yeah, like I've like lived like bounced around like a lot of places.
So if you had to like claim like a city, do you think you could?
Yeah, definitely claim fucking Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's my fucking city.
Is that where you lived the majority of your life, or you just kind of like your prime years, like your most impressionable years?
That's where like I became like who I am.
Okay.
Like that's where like I had to like do things that I had to do and like overcome shit or whatever to be the person that I am today. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bridgeport.
So we'll get right into that. So you moved from Jamaica. How old were you when you moved from Jamaica to the United States?
I was like 7, 8 years old.
Like 7, 8 years old. Do you have any memories of that?
Yeah, I just remember like living in Jamaica. It was like really like definitely different than living here. Like financially, I was definitely like really poor. Like came up like not really having shit. And then like versus living here, like when I first came here, like I got like my first like new pair of shoes and like shit like that. Like when I was living in Jamaica, I wasn't like really like that like financially stable and shit.
Where did you move to? Because you've lived in a bunch of different places.
I moved from Jamaica right to Bridgeport, Connecticut, and then like from there I just like started going to school here and shit, and just like getting involved with like my neighborhood and shit, and just like meeting people and just like starting a life and shit in America, like outside of like where I'm originally from.
So was it like culture shock for you?
Nah, definitely. It's like a lot different here. Like people here are definitely like not as motivated as like people that like I was like used to being around when I was like living like in Jamaica. Like things were like a lot more like serious there. That I noticed like here like people are a lot more chill, just a lot more like relaxed, and just like I was like serious about like certain things, like things that I don't personally like, really care about. Just like shit that I notice, like work and like school and shit like that. Like it's just like not serious here, so it's like over there. Which makes sense, I guess. Like I don't know, that's not really shit that like I care about, but like it's just like shit that I notice about like society.
Do you feel like it's because Jamaica is a poorer country? Like
nah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. There's not a lot of shit to go around out there, so you can't be wasting shit.
Yeah, people like more on the like it's more of like a survival type thing than
for
just
sure.
Because we're over like here, we're in America, like we're gonna make it through. Like there's plenty of things that we can do if you ever really are really down bad. Like You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's plenty
There's
of government
always-
programs
yeah.
and stuff things you can do.
There's always shit. There's always a way to get some money in America. There's always a hustle, and that's why I learned, especially in New York. Like since I've come here, just seeing all like the fucking homeless people that live here and shit. Like those people be fucking hustling. Like people like will get on the subway and like they'll just fucking like ask you for shit. They'll like do like a little dance and like ask for like tips and shit like that, or they'll like rap or something. Or sometimes they'll just like shake a can at you like until you fucking like put some money in that shit. They won't even say anything. They just like shake a can at you. It's like all types of shit. Like the other day, someone came on the train and they didn't even like ask for money. He was like, "Excuse me, I'm not here to beg." He said, "I'm not here to beg." He said, "I got Welch's fruit snacks I'm selling." And he had every flavor Welch's fruit snack for $1 each. And I bought 3 packs off that man.
And he probably bought like a bulk pack for
He
like.
probably just like ran in the store and ran out with that shit. He probably just like fucking stole that shit. You wanna hit this?
Passing the blunt to Ben with the Lens. Yo, go follow him at Ben with the Lens. He's shooting these
Go
interviews.
follow Ben with the Lens before he turns into Ben with the Glock.
Oh,
Yeah.
get your photo shoots in too.
Yeah.
Pay this man cheap
Pay
photo
this
shoots.
man before he has to go back to the streets. You don't want that.
Yeah, before he has to go back to slinging dope on the corners.
Back to slinging dope on the corners.
Fucking selling himself out to fat girls.
Back to putting the glycerol in the blender.
Anyways, so you moved to Connecticut. All that shit happened. How long were you in Connecticut for?
I was in Connecticut from the ages of like 8 to, I want to say, I don't even know. Probably like moved out of my parents' house when I was like,
God damn, that shit is a canoe.
I don't know, like 19 or some shit. I was there for a while though. I was living in Connecticut for like the most of my life. But then after that, I moved to Maine. And then living in Maine was like definitely lit. I was like, I had the most fun there. That's like where the most partying happens besides Miami.
So like, was it like another big change moving to Maine? Because Maine is so different.
Yeah, from Connecticut.
Well, I mean,
from Connecticut, not really.
there's some similarities. New England, there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, exactly. I found that
New England states.
I found that New England is like every state in New England is low-key the same thing. It's just they're all the same. Like Vermont, Mass, Maine, fucking Connecticut, Rhode Island. They're all just like the same state over and over again. New Hampshire, it's just the same shit. It's just like big ass houses, mad nice, like, you know, scenic routes, historic shit. Just like regular, like, you know what I'm saying, just like fire shit. Honestly, I fuck with New England. Like if I get mad bread, I'm trying to retire back to New England. Like I'm trying to move back to New England. Like I love New England now. That's where
I just hated the 6 months of winter.
Yeah, I mean, like I like the cold. Honestly,
I can't deal with it.
When it gets cold out, that's when people really got to get on their shit.
Yeah.
Can't be fucking around when it's cold out.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta like. That's true. You gotta be on like your groceries and shit. You gotta make sure you fucking the roads are clear, driveway shovel, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, bro. And when it's cold outside too, you just gotta like fucking like, you gotta just like, you gotta like stack your bread. Cause there's like 2 types of niggas when it's cold. There's niggas who like get like a bitch and like cuff her and just like cuddle up all winter and like don't really be on shit. And there's niggas when it gets cold, they just like get on their grind OD hard. Cause like when it gets cold outside, that means that it's gonna get warm. Like when it's warm, it's already warm. Like once it's warm, once summer hits, if you're not like rolling by the time summer comes around, if you don't have like some kind of like song or some shit you're pushing or some shit like that before summer comes around, then like you're gonna be like washed. But like if you like start rolling in the winter, you're doing shit in the winter, you're experimenting, you're getting people familiar with shit, you're like building your shit up. By the time summer comes around, like you already have shit going to where you can just be hot for the summer. And then the summer is when everything's amplified. So if you come into summer with like a good amount of buzz, then you're lit. You know what I'm saying? So winter is a time to build that buzz. So winter is crucial.
Yeah.
Winter is a crucial time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like
I kind of get what you're saying.
Because when I lived in like Miami, I noticed that like when it's always warm out, people are just like always like chilling. Like the vibe is just always cool. Like no one's really trying like too hard to like do anything. Because it's just like everyone's just always chilling. Smoke so many fucking blunts, the fucking lighter is dead, bro.
God damn.
Damn, bro.
On the
It's
fucking
okay.
5,000.
5 side of the
5
5 side of the month.
I'm
The
too
lighter
fucking
died.
even high to talk. On that number blunt, the lighter died.
The lighter died.
The lighter just fucking
A brand
R.I.P.
new lighter. R.I.P.
We gotta fucking have a ceremony for that lighter.
Right. Seances for this lighter. Condolences to his friends and family and everyone associated with it that knew it. It was a great person. Honestly,
God
though.
damn. His name was Bick.
For real, yo. I'm about to put this lighter on a T-shirt and just like wear that shit around the hood for like a week.
God damn. You
Just
gotta get
like
like the airbrush t-shirt.
Yeah, it's gonna say R.I.P. Gray lighter. You're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's my nigga, bro. It's like a nigga passed away.
We gotta make a song tonight dedicated to that lighter.
Yo, facts, bro. I'm with that. Some real heavy auto tune, Young Thugs, some slat shit.
God damn.
Yeah, for real. What were we talking about though? Oh
So
yeah, winter.
Yeah, winter. You said you were stacking up and shit.
Yeah,
And
you
Maine
gotta-
is a good
yeah.
time to do that.
Yeah, Maine is a good place to do that. You can just fucking like, stack your bread up through various, means, and just like fucking, expand.
So
Shit
how
like
long
that.
were you in Maine for before you moved out to Miami?
I was probably in Maine for like a year, and then I was like, all right, like Maine's cool for making bread, but you can't really make a lot of music moves here. And I'm definitely a fucking musician, so I was like, all right, I'm about to go to Miami.
Yeah.
So then I went to Miami. I was living in Westchester with my boy Kenny, my other boy, my manager CJ, actually two of my best friends. Fucking living out there. Shout out CJ Hunter, CJ on the beat, one of my favorite producers. Fucking living out there with him and my other homie, and just like making moves in music, and that's where like I really started to get like a lot more traction. Cause like my biggest like fan base was always in Miami anyway. Like when I started putting out music from the beginning, so it was good that I finally got out there, got to like meet a lot of my fans, and just like see like a lot of like the culture that like like was down there and shit, like and like Broward and Dade and shit like that.
And then how long were you in Miami before you made the jump to New York?
I don't know. I've been there, but like I've always like been like back and forth between like there and here. So I was probably there like I'll be there for like 2 or 3 months at a time, then I'll like come back up north. But altogether, I've been like going back and forth to Miami for like the last like 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like actually longer than that, maybe like 3 years.
Now, were these moves kind of like, were you moving with your parents or were you moving on your
No,
own?
like all by myself.
You moving all by yourself?
Yeah.
And what kind of made you want to make these jumps to these different states? Was it all were you looking for something? Were you looking for the music specifically? Or were you just trying to find where you were comfortable?
Yo, can I get that lighter, man, with the lens? Oh. Yes. I was just like primarily trying to like figure out where I could go to like better to like understand like who I am as a person. Because I feel like in the town you grow up in, you're not going to meet all the people you're supposed to meet in life. You're not going to see all the things you're supposed to see, because that's like such a small part of the big world. There's probably like all types of shit on the planet that you as like a human are supposed to like see and experience and take in to make you like the perfect person or the kind of person that you want to be. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I got to go out to places that interest me, places where like my friends already are at, places where I can go and expand and just like, like show people who I am, learn about people, learn about who they are, and just like different like, different just like facets of like society and shit like that. Just like understand like just how different niggas move in different places, different hoods and shit like that, like different places everywhere. And then just like that was my primary reason for going, just like to find myself throughout, just like looking in like different places.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like a lot of people don't understand how moving to a different state works. No. I do, because I've done it before.
Yeah.
So how do you, and you've done it multiple times, so what's the first step? Like, how do you go about taking your life and moving to a whole new state and a whole new area and just starting over? Like, how do you find a place to live? How do you find like income?
Yeah. I got one way to describe it. It's the perfect way. It's the same way I describe it to everyone. Nah, it's just question. The best way to describe that shit, nigga, it's like Pokemon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Pokemon. Like, every region you go to, like, you get as strong as you can. You get all the fires Pokemon. And then you go to another region, a new game comes out, you just start over. It's just like that. Like, you have, like, the same familiar friends in every town. And then you expand, you go places, you meet people who have, like, similar interests and shit. And you just, like, work your way up so you beat the Pokemon League. It's, like, the same thing with, like, being a fucking, like, rapper or artist or whatever. You just go to different towns and you fight all the gym leaders in those towns. And then you just fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, you beat the SoundCloud League, and then you just fucking go to a new region, and you just like start over, and you just stay there until you conquer it, and you go somewhere else, and you just keep doing that, and then eventually you're the king of everything.
It's like a video game.
So life is all video games.
So like when you go out to a different state for the first time, like do you save up a certain amount of money? Like where do you stay?
Well, before
like,
you go there, you should find a way to make money there. You should have a way to make money wherever you're at. If you don't have a way to make money there, you shouldn't go there.
What was that for you?
Well, before I started making like now I just like pretty much support myself off making music off like rapping, which is like pretty dope. But like before that, I used to like do like a lot of different shit to like make bread. But I used to like fucking make sure that I was able to do that in places I would go to. I would already have like connects in people places, or I'll be able to like go and just like keep like doing the same thing that I was doing like back in like Bridgeport and shit.
Did you have like places to stay when you were going out to these places? Did you already?
Yeah, I would just say get my own like crib, or you know what I'm saying. Like I used to live with my boy Saku in Maine. We had a house on like a point in Elliott, and it was like me, him, my boy Corey Patrick, and then my other boy Morgan. We used to live in this crib. It was a really nice like beach house on that river, the Pescata Squatch or some shit like that. That really fast flowing river. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it was like right there. We had like a dock and shit. Like kids just like pull up on boats and shit. And then like that shit was just like $800 a month between like 4 people.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah, it's OD cheap. Yeah, you just got to like figure out like a situation, then you just fucking. But that's definitely important though. Sometimes too, like you got to couch surf. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I haven't really couch surfed that much in my life, but like other people like couch surf, and that shit like gets you places. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you meet a lot of different people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so would you say that living in all these different states and getting to see all this different shit, because it's like going to these different regions is almost like going to different countries sometimes. Like the people are different, like everything looks different. Like do you feel like all these different experiences kind of shape the music and kind of shape you as an artist and a person?
Yeah, no, definitely. Going to all those different places and just meeting all those different people, that shit just like it definitely helps you understand like a lot of different perspectives, which is like the majority of what like fucking like social interactions between people in life is like about. It's all about just like understanding that everyone has like a different perspective from you because of like where they're from, and that shit is why people act the way that they do. And then once you understand that, you can like understand people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you kind of take that perspective and kind of put that in the music at all?
In my music? Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I just make like when I make songs, I just like make songs about like everything, like whatever I could think of. Like I just whatever I think is a lit concept, whatever I think is something that you could like turn up to or like do whatever to, like, exhibit whatever emotion to, like you know, like a moment you can capture, like when you smoke a blunt and you get like really geeked, and like you look at the blunt, like that moment, that you capture that moment and make that a song. You know what I'm saying? Or like when you're in the club and like you're mad drunk and everything's lit and you see a bitch shaking her ass, like that moment, you capture that moment, that's a song. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
When I like make my songs, I try to make them like not so like easy to understand. Like, but like most of my songs are like kind of like I don't even know. I wouldn't even be able to like put any of my shit in the box. I try to make different shit every time. Like that's the only thing I can say about my music is like every song I try to make, like the next song is always I try to make sure the next song after the first song or the whatever song I dropped previously always like sounds like maybe almost like completely different, or is like a continuation of a previous theme that I visited on.
Okay. So where along this journey between couch surfing and bouncing between states did you decide you wanted to be a musician? Was it over in Connecticut and Bridgeport?
No, yeah, I've always wanted to be a musician. Like I first started playing music when I was 12. I like taught myself how to play like guitar from like YouTube videos, and then I joined the orchestra at my school because there was no more room in the band, and I wanted to use the guitars at the school. So I started playing violin so I could be in the orchestra. So they'll let me use the instruments so I could play the guitar, and then like I taught myself how to play guitar, and like I played with a couple people and shit like that. Like I was in like a couple bands and shit like that, and then after that, I kind of like stopped playing guitar, and I kind of like stopped doing music for like a little bit, and then I got involved in music just like with my homie Lake Kyle, who's like one of my best friends, like one of my oldest friends that I've had. He was like always rapping since like I was like a kid. Like when I was in like 3rd grade, this nigga had like SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit like that. Like this nigga's been on it. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like so. he was just like doing his thing, and me and him were just like, I was just like chilling with him, just like watching like him like rap and shit, just like going to shows with him, just like helping him out with like getting booked for shit and just like shit like that, just like, you know, just chilling with my nigga, whatever. And then like I was just watching him do that shit and rap, and then I was just like, after like a year or so, one day me and him were chilling, and like he just recorded me, like I made like my first song. It was on a Brahman God beat that I just found on YouTube. Didn't even know it was a Brahman God beat because his name wasn't even on it. It was on like some random video that was mad old, had like no views. It was just like a free type beat. So I just like downloaded it. Couldn't find his producer's tag, so I didn't put his tag on it. I just like dropped that shit. It was called Christ Dillinger. So my first song was Christ Dillinger by Christ Dillinger, produced by Brahman God. And I just like put that shit out. That was like 2 years ago. And then like I just fucking, after that, I made another song with my boy Lake Kyle. This song got lost because it got like deleted off SoundCloud somehow, but it's called the Bro Song. I kind of want to remake that song. It's a song about being bros, because sometimes you need a song about being bros, you know?
Yeah,
there's not enough songs about that, like about just being bros, like not like even on like no sexual shit or any like, you know, like any like gang shit, just like being bros on some, just like, this is my bro. Yeah, this is my bro.
On just some positive shit.
On some positive shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, you know, saying like Lake Kyle's my bro. You gotta remake that song.
You said Lake Kyle's?
Yeah, name? Lake Kyle.
So did you say you met him 2 years ago?
No, I met him like when I was like legit, when I was like dummy young. Like me and Lake been boys like forever, like as long as I can remember type shit.
So when would you say that it went from kind of playing in bands and playing guitar to rapping?
Probably like 3 years ago, after I stopped fucking with like a lot of like guitar and like extracurricular type shit like that. I just started like watching Lake do his thing with like rap and shit. And then after that, I was like, all right, like a year after that, then I was like, okay, I'm about to start like fucking like rapping and shit. And then I like put my first song out. And then 2 years later, I'm like here. And then that's just like it.
So growing up and shit, what were you listening to? What music kind of influenced you? Like, what did you hear that made you want to start doing music yourself?
Well, I'm not even gonna front. When I was growing up, I wasn't even really into rap like that. Like a couple rap songs, I guess I liked or whatever. But like when I was living in Jamaica, I like primarily listened to like reggae. Like my grandma used to play like a lot of like old reggae, like Bob Marley type shit, and like fucking just like I don't even know the names. It's like old like classic reggae shit. And then like when I moved here, I started fucking like, I never like my stepdad, because I never like really like knew my real dad like that. But I had a stepdad. My mom met when I was like 7 or 8, and then like he like always like he was a good dude. You feel me? Like he was like an actual dad to me, and I fuck with him forever. Like I love him. Like he fucking he was always in my life and shit. Like the nigga fucking stepdad fucking was trying to put me on a rap. He used to fuck with Tupac a lot. I don't really fuck with Tupac like that. He used to always play Tupac for me, and I didn't really fuck with that shit. But he used to also fuck with classic rock, and I fuck with classic rock heavy. So like when I was growing up, I used to like primarily listen to like rock, like current shit like OK Go or like fucking Avenged Sevenfold is one of my favorite bands ever. I love Avenged Sevenfold. Fucking just like I don't know, it's like a bunch of shit. Like that's like when it comes to classic rock, like pretty much like everything I've listened to, like the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, like Jimi Hendrix is like my favorite artist. Fucking just like everything, like fucking Led Zeppelin, Sex Pistols, the Ramones, just like whatever you could think of, you know, all the classic shit. And then like even just like some more obscure shit, like Bad Brains or like fucking, well that's not even obscure anymore. Like Fish. I don't know if you ever heard of like Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Fish. And then I fuck with like Grateful Dead. I just like fuck with like a lot of rock shit. And then I got into rap when I started listening to Lil Wayne. When like I fucking first heard Upgrade You.
Okay.
Off the Drought 3.
Yeah.
When I heard that song, I was like, it might have even been before that. I started fucking with Lil Wayne. Like I always liked Lil Wayne when I was like growing up, but I wasn't like really into rap like that. It's just like if I saw Lil Wayne out on TV and shit, I would just watch it. You know what I'm saying? But like I really started bumping rap like every day when I heard that Upgrade You. Like when I heard that shit, and then like I heard the Drought 3, I was just like, damn, bro, this is like some of the most like amazing shit I've ever heard. And I was just like, I gotta listen to rap now. And then I just like started listening to rap. and I still kept listening to like rock and shit. But that's when like rap really is, like started taking like a big like influence in my life.
So you say those two genres and listening to a lot of music that outside of hip hop kind of influenced you today as a musician?
No, definitely for sure. Like definitely.
I would say that that's kind of like one of my favorite things about the newer generation of music is you're kind of seeing everything kind of just colliding together now.
Yeah, being like one big thing instead of like a bunch of like different stuff.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck? What's the genre now?
Yeah, genres are like blending into each other.
Yeah,
like,
it's
things
so,
are like more niche now.
Yeah, it's like you can't even like categorize an artist at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's just like mixed together, which is dope. I like that. No, now you hear guitar, great. You hear guitar shit in rap now, and it's like proper. Like when Lil Wayne first did it, I'm not gonna front. That shit was whack. You know what I'm saying? No offense to the GOAT, that shit was whack. But he had to break the ice so that people could like make like the shit that we have now. Like Lil Wayne broke the ice. Like niggas can't forget that when like they talk about Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
No, most definitely.
He broke the ice. He made that terrible ass rock album, Rebirth.
What's your favorite Lil Wayne mixtape?
Damn, man, that's a tough one. If we're talking mixtapes, definitely gotta go with the Drought 3.
Okay, I can respect that.
Yeah, No Ceiling is a close second.
That was my first one. And
Dedication 2 is a nice third.
Dedication 2's up there. I could see that.
You know that Cannon.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying, the fucking Nuck If You Buck, the fucking Dick Pleaser. That's all Dedication 2.
That was like this was like the era where Lil Wayne would do your beat better than you.
Yeah.
It was some crazy shit.
Yeah, you drop a song, Lil Wayne would just come through. Like Lil Wayne would hop on like Holocaust. On the Holocaust beat. Like
that'd be some crazy shit,
yeah,
bro.
That would be lit, putting that out there.
That'd be crazy if that ended up on a Lil Wayne tape. But
yeah, that'd be dummy-fied.
We gotta wrap up part 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is sponsored by, this interview is by Kult Classic. So follow us at kultclassicofficial on Instagram and follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Kult Classic.
You do that
OFF.
shit.
And then check us out online for some merch. We do concerts, interviews, kultclassicofficial.com,
christenings, baptisms,
official.com. Follow me at Bobby Dee on the beat, and then follow Christ Dillinger at Christ Dillinger. We get into part 2 soon, so stay tuned. Part 2 coming up right now. Mic check. This is part 2. We are back with Christ Dillinger. So what's your approach to making a record?
I pretty much just think of an idea of what I want the song to be about first, and then I just like record it.
That's really it?
Yeah, I just like think of something. Like me and Wendigo will be sitting around and we'll just like think of some shit, and then it's just like, okay, it's a song, and then we just make it, and then it's just a song.
So do you get mostly all your beats from Wendigo?
Yeah, pretty much. Like either Wendigo will have a beat already made, or me and him will make one. Sometimes I'll make beats with my homie CJ from Miami. Or recently I just started fucking with this new nigga named Phony Wallace. I like the beats that he's been, like, I put out a song called Make Her Leave. He produced that song. He killed that beat. Like, I've been fucking with him. I fuck with also, Sosa from Spider Gang. I've been hitting a lot of his beats recently. His beats go stupid hard. Shout out Sosa. And then also I fuck with Swami Uchiha. I fuck with a lot of his beats. His beats go stupid. And then that's pretty much it.
Okay, word, damn. So fucking, you get the beat from, how do you and Wendigo start working together? Does he usually make the beat like on the spot, or does he usually come up and he's like, yo, I got this pack of beats, and he usually just plays you beats?
Yeah, usually Wendigo pull up, he'll have like a pack of beats, he'll play beats. And then like okay, so like the first time me and Mendigo wet, me and Mendigo wet. The first time me and Wendigo met.
It's the weed.
Yeah, I'm dummy geek.
Goddamn, me too.
He pulled up to my crib, and he sat like right there on that couch, and I was just right here. I was like dummy geeked, and then he just like played. Me and him talked for a second. We were just like talking, chilling, smoking. He probably played beat like, I don't even know how many beats he played. He played so many beats, and I'm just like mad picky with like the beats that I like to get on. So like I didn't like any of them. Like I liked them, but I was just like, I don't really want to get on any of these. And then he was like, all right. And then like he went home. And then he came back over the next day, and then he played me a whole bunch of more beats. And then I was like, okay, word. And then I hopped on one of those, and then I went to his crib, and me and him, we made a beat. We made the first song we ever made. Was it the first song we made together? Yeah, no, this was the actual first song we made together. I went to his crib, and we made a beat together, and then it was a song called Glock Out, and we just like made that beat, with like a reverse 808 or whatever, and that shit was just mad cool. We made like a trailer, we were like dancing around and shit, and that shit was awesome. And then we just started like cooking up, just making mad shit like we're doing. I don't even remember. We just like either we'll just like when to go, just like think of something, or I'll think of something. It doesn't even matter. We'll just like come up with some shit, like sample like a cartoon or some shit, just like anything really.
And where was this along the timeline of you moving out to? Did you meet Wendigo after you moved out to New York?
Yeah, I met Wendigo. I met Wendigo like right when I moved here, type shit.
And how did that happen?
He heard a song I made with this dude named Slosher. You ever heard of Slosher?
No.
Slosher is this infamous character in the New York underground rap scene. He's just like a really great artist. He's on that song. You ever heard of Zeta 60 by 6ix9ine? With like Famous Dex.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's like on that song. He throws up in the middle of his verse, which is just like really sick. Like he's just like he's like avant-garde. You know what I'm saying? He's like an avant-garde nigga, and like Slosher and Wendigo already knew each other, so Wendigo heard this song I made with Slosher called "Thought It Up," and he hit me up after that. He was like, "Yo, I heard this song. I fuck with it. You trying to like link and like make some shit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he just like pulled up to my crib.
It's been you guys just been in that story you just kind of told me happened.
That happened in probably in January.
Damn, so it really hasn't been that long.
Nah, yeah.
And then where did you come in connection with Spider Gang after this?
Then I'm trying to think. I don't know. I just right after I met Wendigo, I started like talking to like Darky and shit too, like this is, like on the phone and shit, like FaceTime, whatever. And then like me and Darky just started like talking a lot. We started like making songs together and shit. And then pretty soon like me, Darky, and Wendigo just made like hella music together. We're just like putting out mad songs. And then after a while, they're just like, "Yeah, you want to like join Spider Gang?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." Because I already like fucked with like Brahma God, and like Brahma God has a little brother who also makes music, and I fuck with him too because they both fuck with my boy Swami Uchiha. Because like previous to Spider Gang, or like I'm still like in a group called Hood Rich Goth Boys with my boy Swami Uchiha. It's kind of like just like a group with like just me and him. It used to have another artist in it named Lil Slump, but like he's not in it anymore just for like various reasons. But like it's just like a group that's pretty much just like based out of like Florida, and we just make like a lot of like I don't even know, like just like a lot of different shit. It's like it's pretty cool shit, whatever. But I don't even know how to describe it. I'm not good at describing shit. But long story short though, I joined Spider Gang, and then what I'm saying, shit just got like mad carnivorous, and it's just been like that ever since.
Word. And when did you meet Darky after all this? Right when you joined Spider Gang? When did you guys what was the first song you guys did together?
The first song me and Darky made was definitely Blocka Blocka Blocka.
Okay.
Yeah, we made that song, and then like right after we made that song, we made another song called we made a bunch of songs. We made another song called, I'm not sure if we made this one song called 50 after that, or if we just went and just immediately made this other song called You Already Know, which is like
a decent amount of music together.
Yeah, a bunch of songs. You Already Know is like a part 2 to Blocka Blocka Blocka. And then that one's like they're both like Scooby-Doo samples. But the Blocka Blocka Blocka, I made that beat with Wendigo. And then the beat for You Already Know, I made that with CJ Hunter. And then Wendigo produced what is this song? Fuck 12 Freestyle, which is You Already Know Part 3. And that song is also a Scooby-Doo sample. And then those were like the first I think those were the first 3 songs me and Darky made together. I can't remember.
So when did you join Spider Gang, and then did you kind of meet him right after, or did it take a while for you to kind of get
Nah, I was cool with Darky like way before I was in Spider Gang.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
kind
like
of
me and him were already mad tight by the time I joined Spider Gang.
so we kind of you joining Spider Gang was more or less an organic thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
Wendigo being like, hey yo, I know this dude.
Yeah,
Type of
nah,
deal.
yeah. I was already like pretty cool with Darky, and I was cool with Brahma and God, and then I was already like mad tight with Wendigo. So then like by the time I joined Spider Gang, it was just like on some like, it was like I was already cool with pretty much everyone that was in Spider Gang, before I joined Spider Gang. I just like got added to it.
Word, word. And you said you're picky with the beats. You said that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm very picky with the beats.
So how do you go about beat selection?
If I hear the beat in the song, like I don't know, when I hear a beat, I like hear the song. Like the song is like in the beat, so like I'll hear the beat, and the song will just like be there, and
The
then
beat kind of like speaks to you type.
yeah, the beat,
type of deal.
yeah, and then I just like speak what the beat says to me into the mic, and then like that's the whole song. I usually just
Okay.
like a lot of my songs that like I make a Wendigo, like usually like one take, and I just like freestyle the whole thing.
So you don't
Like I
write
don't
it
write
all.
any music like that now. Like sometimes like when I'm doing like features and shit, or like if I'm doing like a feature or like a song where I'm like really trying to like prove like really like nail a point, then like I'll sit down and listen to the beat and I'll like write some shit. But like 90% of the music I put out is just like one take freestyle.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's just a song.
So you're kind of like your process is more or less about just kind of like capturing that moment,
Yeah, definitely.
like you were talking about earlier in the part one
Yeah.
of the interview. Kind of like when you hit the blunt, like
Yeah,
that
you know, like
moment.
it's a vibe type
When she's
shit.
in
like,
the club.
Yeah.
That moment.
Yeah, like it's a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit just like catches you and you just smile. You like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit just like, that shit's just nice. Like it washes over you. It's not like gonna get played out because I'm not like coming at you with like all types of words and shit all the time. Like sometimes I am. You know, like sometimes I like rap a lot or like I'll rap fast, but like primarily though, I always just make it so it's a vibe. It's always a feeling that you want to be recreated. You know what I'm saying? Something you want to hear over and over again.
Okay. Okay. So, when in this whole picture did Keith 8 come into the picture?
Um, I'm so bad with like time, bro, because like I'm always like doing shit. And I'm always mad geek, so I like always forget like time periods, like in like months and days and shit. Like it feels like shit was just like yesterday, but like one day, Darky, Wendigo, and like A14, I think, were in like Long Beach, and I guess like Keith Ape like hit them up or whatever, and he was trying to work with them, and then like Wendigo told me about that shit. And one day, me and him were chilling in New York, and then I forget what happened. I was just like chilling at home, like by myself after I was chilling with Wendigo, and then like Keith A just DM'd me and he was like, "It's so hard to dance, pistol in my pants," and I was like, "Oh shit, it's lyrics to my song," and he was just like, "Yeah, it's just fire." And I just like started talking to him and shit, and I guess like he heard my shit obviously through Wendigo and Darky, and then he fucked with it and he was like, "You want to make a song or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So then me and Wendigo linked up, made like 3 songs, and then like sent them to him, and he was fucking with one of them was Stick Up, which is like the song I just like put out a video for, like 83 Hades.
Yeah.
And then the other song was Gurk Walk, and he was fucking with both of those, and he was like, "Which one of these do you think I should get on?" And I was like, at that point, I liked Stick Up. I love Stick Up now a lot more than I did then. I still like love Stick Up then, but like at that point, I didn't really like know like not that I didn't know how good that song was, but like I just like didn't like it as much as like Gurk Walk. Like Gurk Walk, I was like really feeling. So I was just like, "Yeah, bro, get on this one." And then he just like hopped on Gurk Walk. And then I was talking to Darky and I was like, "Yo, fuck it, Darky, just hop on this shit too." So then Darky hopped on it, and then like I put that shit out. And then that was like the first time I worked with him. Fucking. And then after that, like later on down the line, I put 83 Hades on Stick Up. When I was listening to Stick Up again, I was like, "Oh, this is actually dummy hard." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm still trying to put this out." But I was like, "Who's gonna kill this?" And I was like, "Oh, 83 Hades definitely gonna snap on this shit." So then like I hit him up and sent it to him. All people I met through like Wendigo and Darky. Cause like prior to meeting them, I didn't even know there was like a fucking like SoundCloud scene.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know I was a part of like a SoundCloud scene. I was just making music with niggas I knew in real life in Miami, like Tankhead or like fucking Swami and shit. Like those were all the people that like I met in person, like face to face. Like I didn't like know that those niggas made music when I got cool with them. Like I was just chilling with them. So like when I started finding out about like the whole SoundCloud scene, it's just like damn, there's like all these people on here who are like trying to work, and there's like people who you should work with, people who you shouldn't work with, just like all types of shit. So then all that shit was
It's like
just
a community in itself.
yeah, but like fucking with Wendigo and Darky, I just like learned who I should fuck with and like who I shouldn't fuck with and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So did that kind of change when you met Wendigo back in January, and moving forward from there? Did that kind of change your whole perspective on music?
Didn't really change my perspective on music, but it definitely changed my perspective on how like I should go about putting out my music. Because before I met Wendigo, the way I was putting out my music wasn't really the same way that like I put out music now. Like before, I'll like put like all my energy into putting out like one song, like maybe like, you know what I'm saying, like once every like month. I would have like one song I'll put out, and I just go like dumb hard for that one song. You know what I mean? But like since meeting like Wendigo and Darky, like now I put out like a song on like my page like once a week, and then I'll put out like even like 2 or 3 more songs just like on YouTube and like other people's SoundCloud pages just like randomly. I'll just have like 4 new songs out like every week. Like now, like since meeting like Wendigo and Darky. Like before I used to put like a lot less music, and meeting them I realized that you just gotta like put your shit out. 'Cause if you don't put your shit out, then like no one's ever gonna know how good it is. Like New Prada, I made that song like a year and a half ago, and like I just put that shit out because like
damn,
I just been
that's that old?
yeah, I've had that song for like a year and a half.
Oh,
like
shit.
I made that shit like when I first started rapping. I just made that shit, and then I was just like, this is a good song. And then I was just like, I'm gonna drop this shit one day, like when I'm like fucking up or whatever or some shit. And then I just realized one day I was like, you never get to that up that you're waiting for yourself to get to. You're just like setting yourself up for like failure to like never put the shit out that you're waiting for, because you're never gonna get to that level of up in your head that you're waiting to get to, that you can like put your shit out at. Just like put your shit out, bro. Like you make your best song, good, drop it. Like there's mad songs I've made, I'm like, this is my best song, I just dropped that shit. Like when I made Gurk Walk, I was like, oh, this is my best song, drop that shit. Fucking every song, like I don't know, like That's My Horse, made that shit, like oh, this is my best song, drop that shit. Like whatever, like you make a song and it's really good, don't hold that shit. There's no point in holding it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's put that shit out.
No, most definitely. I feel like a lot of artists just kind of, they either hold a lot of their music and just complain that they're not moving or it's not going anywhere, or they just kind of like sit in their bedroom, don't talk to anybody, and just drop too much music and again complain that it's not moving. So where do you find that balance? Do you like try to keep like a consistent schedule with releasing music, or how do you go about promoting yourself?
Well, like
and getting it out there.
I just try to make sure that like every like once a week I just have like a new song that I can like put out. Like I try to make like a couple songs. I'll make like 10 songs maybe in a week, maybe more than that sometimes, and I'll just pick out of those songs like which songs I want to like are the best ones. Like me and Wendigo usually will sit down and be like, all right, this is the song we're gonna put out this week, and then like that's the song that comes out. Or sometimes we'll make the song the same day, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll be like the day before. We'll just like, you know, we'll just make the song and then like decide like that's gonna come out like then. You know, sometimes you make a song like, okay, I'm gonna hold this for a project, or I'm gonna work on this beat and like take a little bit longer on this music for like a album or some shit like that. But for the most part, make shit, hop on it, drop it. A lot of times, same day. Like, make that shit, drop it, put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, while it's fresh.
Yeah, that makes sense. It kind of keeps you on your toes too, and kind of keeps you recording. Kind of outdo yourself.
You never know if like people are gonna fuck with it. Like you never know songs people are gonna hear and they're gonna be like, damn, yo, like this is my shit. Like you never know, so you just gotta push it out.
Yeah, that song you're holding could be the one. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it really
it's
only
always like that.
It really only takes one song.
It really does.
It takes one song to hook this person, that hooks this person, and they tell this person, and then their friends, and then it catches.
And that's why like I be trying to like tell niggas too, like cloud doesn't matter. Like don't let that shit like judge your judge like cloud your judgment, or like fuck you up as a person. Like think about cloud, because like anyone can drop a song tomorrow and be the biggest artist. People spend their whole lives trying to accumulate this fake ass clout that like doesn't even matter. Like, nigga will wake up tomorrow and make a song about, like, gorillas and drop that shit and then blow the fuck up, be the biggest guy on the planet, and just, like, skip over you and all the dick sucking and shit you had to do to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And just make you feel mad stupid. It's like, don't ever, like, take that shit too serious. That shit will, like, drive you crazy. You gotta just, like, enjoy life and enjoy the journey and just enjoy making music just for the point of making good music.
Damn, that's real. So you're really, like, you're really in it because, like, you love this shit, and that's really like what comes with like
music.
A lot of people that really are in this just for like the money are gonna have like kind of like a short time, and that's cool. Like if you're in it for the money, you know, do your shit. I can't hate like whatever your reasons are. If you do it and you make it, like that's you. But like the long from what I see, the people who go the farthest with it are the ones that really love it the most. And talent, of course, I've noticed goes a long way too. Like a lot of people, like I get a lot of questions, because a lot of people ask me because like I talk to a lot of people, and I interview a lot of artists and stuff like that. So they always ask me like, how do you come up? Like, what are these artists doing to like put themselves out there? And a lot of it is just raw talent. Like you gotta look at Darky, like look at his fan base. Like for the amount of Instagram followers he has, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like look at his fucking. He has a more dedicated fan base than people who have like 10 times the amount of Instagram followers that he has.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's
like,
raw talent.
A lot of people have like fake clout and shit too. Like people don't like actually fuck with them like that. Like it's not like real.
Yeah, it's like it's just like Darky's fan base is just like off like pure talent. Like he really, it's like just organic. He really built that shit. Like his SoundCloud following, I think at one point, I don't know if it's still like this because like sometimes your social media kind of catches up to you the more that people discover you, but I did notice his SoundCloud following at the time I interviewed him was significantly more than his Instagram following.
Yeah, it's way
more.
What I
mean?
He has like 16K on SoundCloud now or some shit like that.
And it's
like when I met Darky, he had like just put out like 1983. And then he put out like Holocaust right after that. And now to see like where he's come from, like when I like met him then to like now, it's like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like shit's less like grown, but it's like because he put in the work, and then some like he's put out like mad like good bodies of work, and that's like a lot of people like haven't like done, you know what I'm saying, to like get to where like they need to get to. They haven't like put out like as much like shit like as they should have, or like you know like they haven't like tried as much different shit as they should have.
Yeah, I feel you. Most definitely. So what are you doing to promote yourself and really get yourself out there and grow yourself as an artist?
Honestly, I just like make songs and just like put them out, and then I just like go on like my Instagram and then just like I just put out a song, or I go on Twitter and like I just put out a song, and then people just like listen to it. Don't really do anything besides that.
So it's just kind of catching organically.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I do, like, shows and shit. And, like, I do, like, a bunch of shows. Like, I do, like, mad shows. And, like, wherever, like, I'm at. Like, Miami, here, like, even, like, New England. And, like, people will always, like, pull up to my shows. Because, like, I try to listen, I make sure everyone has, like, a good time. And, you know, everyone turns up. Try to make sure, like, everything's lit or whatever. Just so that, like, for once a week, you know, if you have, like, a 9 to 5 or some shit or a regular job, you can like escape and like come to like my universe type shit and just like kind of just like be like in my world.
Okay. So do you feel like traveling to all those different states and kind of having your life up to this point where you're just moving around all up and down the East Coast, do you feel like that kind of benefited you and kind of as far as promoting your music? Like you met a lot of people, you got to make a lot of connections. Like you said, you do shows in all these different states. You kind of feel like that's benefiting your promotion as an artist.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've like met like mad people like all over, who like I genuinely fuck with. I've just like ran into like a bunch of different people, like a bunch of different like perspectives and ideals that fuck with like a lot of different things. So it's just like good to like keep like an open mind, and then also too just to like get your shit just heard by like a lot of different people. There's people who listen to my music who I never thought would, just because like different situations and times and places where I've just like encountered and just like met like random humans just doing their shit, you know.
Most
Some
definitely.
shit like that.
So let's go into your tattoos a little bit. How many you got?
Shit, I don't even know. Lost count.
Damn.
Got a lot. I never even. It's not even like I have so many that I lost count. I just lost count because I'm wicked high. And I just like never really counted that much. But like I don't know. I have a bunch. I have like 3 on my neck, 2 on my face, a bunch on both of my arms. I don't even know. Probably like 4 on each arm, and then 1 on my chest and like 1 on my stomach. So I wasn't even counting just now what I just said. So I don't even know. But I don't know. Somebody will fucking get that shit. Hopefully.
When did you start getting tattoos?
I started getting tattoos probably when I was like 17. Got my first tattoo on like my stomach. Then I got like another one on my fucking chest 'cause I got into like a car accident. The car like crashed into the wall and like spun out across all the lanes, and I thought I was gonna die. So I just got like still alive on my stomach because I didn't die in that accident. Because there's like a truck coming, and we were like the car was fucked up and it was stuck in the middle of the highway, and the truck like just missed us. It was like pouring rain, like he wouldn't have been able to like stop and shit. But that shit like just missed us, and I was just like, all right, better get a tattoo. Just fuck it.
God damn. So when did you start going? When did you start getting the face tats?
I got my first face tat probably like, I want to say like almost a year ago, like last December.
Okay.
I got both of these like the same day pretty much, or like 1 day apart. Like I got like one day, and then the next morning I went back and got the other one. I got the eat first on this side, and then I went back the next day and got sleep on this side. Like yeah, like pretty much like a couple hours apart.
And what was there any specific meaning behind those?
Yeah, just pretty much that like everyone is the same, because we all do these like 2 things, just as people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing like we're all like the same. Like we're literally the same, like 99% same DNA, like all that shit. Like no one needs to like hate each other and shit like that. Or even just like beyond that, just like I just wanted to get like face tats that were just like very non-threatening.
Okay.
Just because I wanted to see like what like people would think if I had face tats, but they just weren't like anything negative. Like I don't have like a gang tattoo on my face or like,
Yeah.
you know, like anything crazy like that. So it's just like crazy to like see people's like reactions sometimes when they see me, and they like might think like I'm like dangerous, like a criminal or some shit. And it's like, you know, everyone like is everything at some point, but I'm not like a dangerous person. I'm not gonna like hurt you. So just like you just like see how people are. Just like people just like look at things for like face value and don't like look beneath the surface. And it's good to have these because like they like help me like kind of like avoid people who aren't gonna like really take the time to like get to know me as a person.
Yeah.
Because like if you're like a shallow ass person, you're not gonna fuck with me. If you the second you see me, I'm like, oh, this is the thing with the face tats. I'm not gonna talk to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like someone who's like actually like on some shit, you're gonna be like, oh, who's this guy? Let me talk to this guy. You know, or whatever. Just like if you're actually supposed to talk to me, if you're actually like trying to talk to me, like you will. You know what I mean? But like if you're not, then like this shit was like a little deterrent, kind of like keep people like away from me type shit. Like I hate people.
Word. What would you say is your most meaningful tattoo?
My most meaningful tattoo is probably my mom's name on, yeah, like this side of my neck.
Or
Yeah, love my mom.
that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, shout out my mom. Love
So
my mom.
it's good that you got a good relationship with your parents. Was it easy to kind of leave the home and move? Or was that kind of like a hard decision to make?
Definitely easy. My mom was like, you should probably get the fuck out of here. And I was like, all right. So like I just did that.
It's still all good though.
Yeah, now she wants me to come back. That's a trick to moving out. If you move out when your parents want you to, then they'll want you to come back, and then you can always go back. But if you just get the fuck out of there,
some advice.
Yeah, if you just get the fuck out, they're just gonna be like, damn, this nigga just dipped. You know, like you kind of miss this nigga.
Shit, we're both shelling tired as hell. Do you want to go into part 3, or you want to fucking call it a wrap and get back to this tomorrow?
Up to you, really. I'm with whatever.
Shit, fucking I think we got a lot more to talk about tomorrow too. We got about an hour in now.
Yeah.
Fucking, I think we covered a lot. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. 2 weeks after this interview drop, we got something special coming up. So stay tuned. And if you're watching this and way beyond 2 weeks after this drop, then you probably already know. So go and watch that shit. Follow us on Instagram at kultclassicofficial. Follow us on Twitter at kultclassicoff. Go check out our merch, kultclassicofficial.com. You know, we do concerts, we host artist interviews, other events, other shit like that. So go check us out. Follow me at Bobby Dee on the beat on Instagram, at Bobby Dee Beats on Twitter. And artists, if you need hard beats for the low, definitely check out my track train. Follow Christ Dillinger at Christ Dillinger. And you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, man. Fucking shout out Kult Classics. Fucking crab people.
Hey, crab people.
Crab people.
And that's the fucking timer and shit. My damn cameraman fell asleep. It's fucking stupid late. No, it's not that late. It's only midnight.
12:11.
But it's just.
I'm about to watch Dexter.
We've smoked like 30,000.
Yeah, no, the blunts that put niggas out. And I'm off the edibles too right now.
And I just traveled. Like I just did a long ass drive, 3.5 hours of sleep, and I slept in the car. We should get back to this tomorrow and shit. Yeah, definitely.
That shit flew by though. It didn't even feel like that long at all.
Yeah, shit. It did not. It really didn't.
Yeah.
Fucking. All right, Joe. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, subscribe below. If you're on Spotify, you know, follow us. If you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a good rating. And yeah, we love you guys. Peace.